Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. The ground begins to tremble and your walls begin to shake. In the distance, a siren resounds and panic sets in as your home starts to shudder under the destructive force of Mother Nature. While you wait for the quake to subside, pass the time with this rumbling archive of the top 10 deadliest earthquakes throughout history. And as we get started, help us out by hitting that like button and be sure to leave us a comment because we're always looking to engage in earth-shaking conversations with you. Also, don't forget to click the bell so you get notified every time we put out a new video. Number 10. Tabriz, Iran, 1780. Estimates of this 1700s earthquake that shook the Tabriz region of Iran have reached as high as 200,000 deaths. The destructive quake nearly leveled all of Tabriz, leaving only 30,000 inhabitants left in the remains of the city. Multiple quakes shook Tabriz during the span of the 18th century, but the event on January 8, 1780, at a magnitude of 7.7 is believed to have been the most devastating of the time and responsible for lasting damage to the Friday Mosque, the Blue Mosque, and Alicia or Arga Alicia Mosque. Number 9. Hongdong, 1303. On September 25, 1303, the region of Hongdong, then under the rule of the Mongol Empire, suffered an estimated 200,000 casualties across the Shanxi province during a destructive quake. The earthquake was believed to have reached a magnitude of 8 and laid waste to nearby Zhaoshang and Huo counties. Significant damage was dealt to over 100,000 houses and other buildings, including the Ganying Temple of Kuhuo of Huo County, Dangwu Pavilion of Zhaoshang, and the Guangshang Temple of Hongdong. Number 8. Aleppo, 1138. According to Egyptian historian Ibn Tagrabirdi, upwards of 230,000 people were lost during the 1138 earthquake in Aleppo, Syria. Some sources, however, claim that figure stemmed from a merging of the 1137 quake along the Jazira Plain and the 1139 quake in Transcaucasia. But judging by the destruction brought on by the October 11th disaster, Tagrabirdi's estimate could be accurate. The quake destroyed homes in Aleppo, crushing those that lived within them, and even caused extensive damage to the nearby city of Harim, where a Crusader citadel collapsed. The quake was believed to have been felt upwards of 220 miles or 350 kilometers away at Damascus and was blamed for destroying a Muslim fort at Al-Atarib. Number 7. Haiwen, China, 1920. The Gansu province of China was met with nature's wrath on December 16, 1920, when a quake with an estimated magnitude of 7.8 to 8.5 racked the city of Haiwen. From the destructive force of the massive earthquake, a landslide formed, burying the Swazaji village in Zheji County. The cities of Langde, Taiyuan, Xi'an, Yanzhuan, Lanzhou, and Huning also suffered greatly. Casualty estimates vary, with the United States Geological Survey reporting 200,000, and the Catalog of Damaging Earthquakes and International Institute of Seismology and Earthquake Engineering claiming closer to 235,500. Number 6. Antioch, 526 AD. At a spot where 4 of Earth's tectonic plates converge, once sat the ancient city of Antioch, which was founded in the late 4th century BC by Seleucus, one of Alexander the Great's generals. It later became an epicenter for early Christianity. During the month of May in 526 AD, the city, which was believed to have a population of around 250,000, experienced a fatal blow. Everything from the large 200-year-old church to the inhabitants of the bustling city perished in a massive magnitude 7.0 earthquake, effectively wiping Antioch from the map. Number 5. Antioch, 115 AD. Though the earthquake of 526 AD completely leveled Antioch, it wasn't the first time the city experienced the wrath of Mother Nature. At a magnitude of 7.5, the quake of 115 AD was featured in Cassius Dio's Roman History and was described as having destroyed the city of Apamea and led to a tsunami striking the Lebanese coast. A record on the number of casualties has been sparse, but an estimate of 260,000, often tossed around, accounts for the range of damage, including that felt within the nearby cities of Apamea, Beirut, Caesarea, and Yavna. Number 4. Sumatra, Andaman, 2004. While parts of the world were recuperating from their Christmas celebrations in 2004, much of Indonesia was facing an unstoppable grim reality. Early in the morning of December 26th, a magnitude 9.1 to 9.3 earthquake struck just off the western coast of Sumatra, Indonesia, causing tremors in Sri Lanka, India, Maldives, Madagascar, and Kenya. Though the quake was widespread, Indonesia felt the blunt of the disaster, racking up a bulk of the total estimate of 280,000 casualties. Beyond the quake itself, which was the third largest to be recorded on a seismograph, a tsunami with waves as high as 100 feet or 30 meters spawned, adding to the alleged $10 billion in damage. Number 3. Haiti, 2010. The destructive force that shook through the West Indian island of Hispaniola in the country of Haiti stemmed from the movement of the Caribbean tectonic plates along the Enriquillo Plantain Garden strike-slip fault system. The level of damage and the hectic relief efforts that emerged after the January 2010 earthquake made pinpointing an exact death toll difficult, but the Haitian government produced a number of around 300,000, though many believe that to be greatly inflated. Shortly after the quake, the University of Michigan produced its own study into the damage and suggested an estimated 160,000, while the USGS estimated closer to 100,000. Hundreds of thousands of Haitian natives were displaced, and as many as 55,000 remained as such 6 years later. Number 2. Tangshan, China, 1976. The Great Tangshan earthquake was measured at a magnitude of 7.5 to 8.2 and, according to the Hebei Revolutionary Committee, was responsible for the deaths of up to 655,000 people with an additional 700,000 injuries. Reports from the Chinese Seismological Service in 1988 estimated that 242,419 lives were lost, but the Chinese government has ultimately refused to comment on the final tally. The center of the densely populated city, which housed approximately 1.6 million people, was completely leveled during the 16-second quake, which generated along the Tangshan Fault. Despite the damage done, the Chinese government ordered the reconstruction of the city. Number 1. Shanxi, China, 1556. Estimated deaths from the Shanxi earthquake of 1556 have reached as high as 830,000 people, and though the 8.3 magnitude quake was far from the strongest on record, a mix of its location and poor construction within the cities contributed to the massive death toll. The epicenter of the quake was pinpointed at the Wei River Valley in Shanxi Province near the cities of Huaxing, Hui'an, and Huiyin. Huaxing was destroyed and half of its population killed. Facing a similar scenario were Hui'an, Huiyin, and cities as far away as 300 miles or roughly 482 kilometers from the epicenter, which faced deadly landslides. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a like, leave us a comment, and click the bell to get notified about our next new video.